Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we proudly present our spectacular show of podcast magic and imagination full of Disney wonder, news, and pop culture. It's the Main Street Electrical Podcast with Jenn Dave and David Dollar.
Merry Christmas, Jen.
Dave!
It's the Main Street Electrical Podcast. Yeah, see, I don't know what it is. Whenever you sing it, the mic does not pick it up. It just
so
doesn't.
Weird.
It's so strange. I don't know if it's your
so
voice or the mic.
I cannot sing for her.
Your microphone is just not good enough to accept the awesome voice that's coming in.
I mean, that's
it's like
true.
the mic's like, I'm not worthy. I can't accept
probably
this.
accurate.
So that's Jen, and I'm Dave. This is the Main Street Electrical Podcast, and that, of course, the voice you heard that wasn't Jen or mine, that is Kyla Melberg, our frequent, like a third co-host at this point. She's on the show all the time. So, hi, Kyla.
Hello, happy holidays.
So, Jen, I'm going to ask you, how did you Disney this week?
Disney by doing some prep work for our agency February trip. So I also did a little bit of work for my upcoming New Year's Eve trip, including realizing I had no other park reservations scheduled. And I was like, oh, I should probably do that. So did that. And so then, worked on stuff.
I know that we're all going in February. And of course, we just recorded Traveling with the Stars, which is the YouTube show that Jen hosts. We talked about fine dining. Now, am I correct in saying that you brought up Victoria and Albert's because you're going to surprise the team, all of us taking us to Victoria and Albert's? I understand you're probably going to need to charge us like $50 or $60 per person. I get that. I'm fine with paying that. That's fine. But thank you, Jen.
Are we at the chef's table?
Well, some of us maybe. She'll pick her favorites. Well, I don't know. This is a fam, so maybe not. May have to be just standard Victoria and Albert's. Kyla, I'm sorry. It's all she can do. But exactly. And we may not want it. But
y'all,
Kyla, how did you Disney this week?
I booked the beach club for our next Disney trip in early February, which I'm very excited about because we're going for Festival of Arts.
Festival of Arts, the farts. Love it. I never can make it down there for that one. I've been to that one time, and I could just not get down there in January for it. I want to get down. I want to do one of those. I want to do like a festival grand slam where I hit all 4 festivals in 1 year. I just haven't been able to do it yet. That's a goal.
Come down with me and Richard and the girls.
In January, I'll be actually at Dolphin Island in early February. Our class, which you guys don't know what Dolphin Island is, my kids' class is taking a trip down to Dolphin Island, which is on the beach of Alabama. It's like 5 hours south of here, down at the very bottom of the state. It's a beautiful, beautiful area. Uh-huh. It's a 3-day trip that the class is taking. And so, yes. And so I didn't know anything about it until about a month or so ago, in 5th grade. And the whole class is going down there, including Campbell, and I have to be a chaperone. So Campbell and I will be hanging out the whole time. By the way, I will get no work done. There will be no working on the 3 days. I will have
just put an out of office on.
I'll be trying to do on my phone stuff, which we know that we can't get any of these apps on my phone.
Oh my god!
I'll be on my phone trying to do stuff, and just that's it. It's gonna be very hard. But that's February.
If you're on YouTube and just saw Kyla and our reaction, just saw our faces, just know that's kind of.
Well, next you're gonna tell me, but.
Test doesn't have an app.
You're right, but it does work on your mobile device.
Don't tell me that.
It does.
I actually have Test on my phone, but I can't remember my password to log into my phone. I can only do it on my laptop, so that's why I can't access it.
Oh my god! There's this thing called Notes where you can keep all your passwords,
and you can even encrypt it.
Post-it notes. Gotcha. They're in my office. So. First of all, Christmas is coming very, very soon. This is kind of our last regular episode before Christmas. Next week we'll be doing some fun stuff for Christmas as well. But so Christmas is coming up. Jen, are you ready for Christmas? Do you have your gifts done? Is the tree all your trees, all 6 of your trees? Is everything up? Are you ready?
All my trees are up. We are ready. Mostly. I still have a couple of Christmas gifts to buy for my niece because I spend up to a certain amount, and the boys wanted more expensive things, so that was easy. And for sis, I have to get her a few more to add up to the correct total. So I know what I'm getting. I just have to go get it.
Now, how many trees do you have up in the house?
6.
6 trees.
Trees.
They're all done. Everything's decorated. Everything looks good.
6 trees, garland, and some other random decor. A Mickey advent calendar. Yeah.
We have one tree. It's over here to my right. It's finally finished. After a week of work. It's finally finished. All the ornaments are up, and I'm going to put the tree skirt around it when we're done, and then I'm going to put the stocking holders on the mantle, and then we're done decorating for the year. I'm done. Everything else stays in the garage. I'm not pulling anything else out, and we'll be done.
You're
we
like
ordered
such
new
a
stockings.
Scrooge.
Yeah,
Well, no,
right?
I'm just trying to get it. I want to get it done so I can enjoy it. Just like, I want to, we're going to be decorating till the 24th and then the 26th. All right, start pulling some down.
So, see, the mine's not coming down to like January 4th, 5th, something.
Well,
like
our
that.
problem is we don't get done until later in the into the December month, and then Stephanie is like, "Well, we got it up so late. Let's just leave it up." So by the end of January, it's still would which my kid loves it. Campbell would have the tree up all year. He just loves the tree. But I'm like, at some point, we got to take this tree down because it's in the way and just whatever. We need, and like we have a Disney Village and an English Village set up over here on our little buffet, and I'm like, we need that space to pile other things on, not for ceramics and stuff. So because we are hoarder pilers, we like to pile things, which is really terrible. Kyla, are you ready for Christmas? You got the two girls, the hubs, everything bought, everything good?
No, I'm not ready. I don't know why I'm nodding my head. We are not ready. I have not bought all the gifts yet. I'm close though. I'm close, and we did finally finish putting the trees up. We too have 6 trees spread throughout. But yeah, same thing. Like it got so late this year. Like this is the latest we've put them up. It's usually Thanksgiving weekend, so we'll just like keep them up a little bit like into January, more so than we would have. But yeah, decorating's done. I just had to be done, like you. I just have to be done already, like to enjoy it. But yeah,
Next
just a few more gifts. That's it.
Next year, I think I'm gonna start doing the whole November 1st thing. I'm just gonna do it early, just to get it. It might take me 2 weeks, but just to get it up and done. Because my problem was, of course, the family was gone for 7 days, and so I had the house to myself. And the argument is like, why didn't you have the tree up? Stephanie has these special hooks that she likes to use for the ornaments. She doesn't like the wraparound hooks or the big long metal ones, whatever. She likes special strengthened hooks that she purposely bought for all of our ornaments many years ago. I couldn't find them. I could not find them. So the ornaments were set up all over our dining room table. They just sat there with no hooks. And I'm like, I can't hang these up, because if I hang up an entire tree of ornaments without these hooks, she's going to come in and be very disappointed in me and very upset that they're hung up without the hooks. So we finally found the hooks, and now this is why it took an extra week for the ornaments to all go up, because it just took time. So yes.
I think you got distracted reorganizing your Funkos or something.
Probably.
Or the Legos.
Or building Legos.
Well, I did build 1 or 2 sets while everybody was gone, but that was more of a mind stress release kind of thing of just whatever. We got my kid 2 different Lego sets, including a roller coaster Lego set that I'm going to have to probably put together for him, or help him put together, which I don't mind because it's Legos. So that'll be fun. But yeah. So anyway, let's talk about Disney World Christmas, and even Disneyland if you want to come up. But everybody loves the parks. Of course, the parks are wonderful, and the decor's everywhere, and the big trees, and the Main Street's got the wreath on top and everything. And I kind of miss the ones that go all the way across Main Street versus just the ones that kind of shoot out from the thing. But obviously, because of Festival of Fantasy, they couldn't do it because you couldn't set things on fire. But all the parks have the different Christmas holiday things going on. It's awesome. But I think if you miss the resorts, you miss probably half of Christmas at Disney, because the resorts are so fantastic. So we are going to give our top 5 personal favorite resorts at Disney using whatever criteria you want, whether it's just the resort, whether it's the lobby or the food, whatever you want to use. But our top 5 favorite resorts at Christmas, in any order you want to give them. I guess 5 through 1. Jen, why don't you kick us off? What is your number 5 favorite resort at Christmas at Disney?
All right. My number 5 is this one's a challenge for me, because like I have kind of a couple. I'm gonna go with number 5 as being Animal Kingdom Lodge, actually. Okay. Animal Kingdom Lodge. It just has like the tree, and that one went up late this year. I don't know if you guys agree with me, because when we just stayed there in November, the tree wasn't up yet, which was
it went up the day after we all got back.
Yeah, like it was
really depressing.
It was really late, and I don't know why it was up so late, but I think that that's just such a neat festive feeling in that space. Because I mean, the lobby is so cool anyway, so I just think it's got a neat treat. So
I know they've added that giraffe.
The ginger giraffe. Yes.
Giraffe.
And baby zebra or baby ginger giraffe, but I haven't seen that yet. But it looks cool in pictures.
Yeah.
I know they had the ginger giraffe, I think last year, because I got to see it last year because everything went up in time for us to see it, which although we were actually down there too, the first part of December. So that helped. Everything was kind of up. So Kyla, when you plan this entire group trip again, make sure that we're there to see everything. Just say it. So there's a whole there's like a trio of resorts that I didn't get to see this time around because we didn't plan quickly, but you'll get there. So Kyla, what is your what's your number 5 favorite resort at Disney World during Christmas time?
Okay, so this is what's going to happen. I had a whole list, and then Jen said, "And Looking Lodge," and I'm like, "Oh, wait a minute." But no, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it as is. I'm going to say Beach Club for number 5 because I mean it's very reminiscent of here at home, but I love the tree. I just I love the tree. I love the decorations. It's very nautical. That's my thing. I love it. It's very pretty.
Yeah. Beach Club is the one with the carousel.
Chocolate carousel.
Chocolate carousel. Yeah.
Yes.
I love the chocolate carousel. I think it's just
and
so
the
good.
Carousel. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, it's we'll talk about that in a minute, I think, because it's on my list too. But yeah, it's kind of magnificent. It really is. For number 5 for me, and this is one that I'm sure that neither one of you will have, which by the way, Kyla, when we do top 5 lists like this, a lot of times there is crossover, and that's okay because we all love talking Disney. But number 5 for me, the All-Star resorts don't have a lot of Christmas. I mean, they do. They put a tree up, they put some garland here and some ornaments here, and it's like, okay, yay, Christmas. Pop Century, I feel like, does a little bit extra. It looks cool. And I think the things with some of these resorts is not only do they decorate, but they also decorate specific to those resorts. So it's not just like they're throwing a tree up with some Mickey ornaments and a star on top. They're actually doing it to the actual resort itself. And there you look on the pop tree and there's all these there's a Viewmaster, there's like a little record and record player ornament. And there's all kinds of little pop nostalgic things. Jen will never see it because I don't think she's ever set foot in Pop Century. But if you did, it's really, really cool looking. And so, and they've got the garland and the ribbons and everything else for it, but the trees are really, really cool. And it's just, it's a festive atmosphere when you walk in there, as opposed to the other value lobbies where you walk in and you're like, oh, that's a tree. That's cool. Where's my room? Pop Century, it's like, oh, Christmas in here. This is kind of cool. And they've got some Christmas treats, Christmas goodies. So I'm a fan of Pop. I'm a big fan of Pop and at Christmas as well. Because I love Christmas being there. Jen.
All right. My number 4 is actually Beach Club. Love the chocolate carousel. I just think it's a fun, festive atmosphere. And of course, it's in the Epcot area, which I love. It's
different. The carousel is different.
It is it's all sculpted out of chocolate.
It's crazy. And it's DuckTales this year. Who would have thought they'd pick that theme?
Yeah, right?
So I'm going to need one of you to agree to be trespassed from Disney because I need somebody to crawl over that fence and climb on the carousel because I want to see if it actually holds your weight. I want to see, can you actually ride the carousel? I'm not going to do it because I don't want to get kicked out of the park. So I need one of you two next time we're there to do it just to see. I'll get pictures.
It's not going to be
content.
That's me. No, it's not going to be me.
No. No, we're good.
I'll throw Sophie over. Sophie can ride it.
That'd be fine. And she's so cute. They can't trespass her. She's too cute for that. I mean,
she'll just be like, "Oh, I didn't see the fence."
And the content would be great. You'll get a ton more followers. And yeah, this is a great idea. We love this idea. So
all right, next Christmas.
Number 4 for me, and again, this is going to be like Pop as well. Not like. This is the only way it's like Pop in terms of there's not anything specific like a big house or a carousel or whatever, but just the overall splendor. And that's Wilderness Lodge. You walk in, and I love their lobby anyway, because it's just it's like Animal Kingdom Lodge, except it's woodsy and it's Magic Kingdom-y and not animally. You walk in and there's this massive lobby and this gigantic tree in front. And it's just, there's ribbon everywhere, garland, and there's ornaments and just, it's music playing. It's beautiful. It's fantastic. And of course, you also know that I can walk straight through that lobby down to that pier, and there's Magic Kingdom right across the lake. So that's helpful. But Wilderness Lodge is probably my wife's favorite resort, and it's one of my favorites as well. And at Christmas time, it's gorgeous. You take something that's beautiful and you add that little more oomph to it. It makes it even more festivus, which I love.
Yeah.
So, Kyla, number 4 on your list.
I'm going to say Yacht Club because I loved the gingerbread lighthouse this year. It was
new.
so
Wasn't that new?
It is
different.
new.
Yes, it was totally new. I don't think anyone expected that. And the train setup, like
Yes.
I absolutely
Yes.
love that. And like looking at all like the little details and the train and like the little character, it's just like it's so cute and like I feel like kind of like nostalgic in a train set. Like I feel like everybody goes back to like childhood when they're looking at a train set. Like, oh, look at that! Like it's so cute. So yeah, I loved that whole setup this year.
Nice. Jen, 3 on your list.
All right, my number 3 is actually Yacht Club. So we're off by 1 on each of them.
And my number 3 is Yacht Club. So let's talk about it.
Oh, perfect. So in addition to everything Kyla said, I love that huge, beautiful tree with like the big sailboats.
Yes.
Oh, like
It's beautiful. Like they do such a great job.
Yeah. The whole thing, the whole lobby with like the different swags and the wreaths and like just, oh my gosh, it just looks so much fun. And I will say this, I had Christmas Eve brunch there. I mean, it was dinner, whatever, lunch, Christmas Eve lunch. It was like a weird time of day, like 1:30 p.m. with my family several years ago now. And it was great. It was at that point, well, now it's Ale and Compass. What did it used to be?
Captain's Grill.
Captain's Grill. That's
Captain's
where,
Grill.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
that lighthouse was a surprise. I did not expect it. I walked in, I was like, there's a gingerbread lighthouse here. That's amazing.
And it smelled so good.
It did. It did. And this was
amazing.
after me spending 20 minutes watching that train because trains, like my kid, which he's my son, of course, trains fascinate me. And so the level of detail they put into that train set, and folks listening, it's not just this little like this oval train, whatever. It's this probably, I don't know, 10 feet wide, 10 feet long, probably 3 or 4 feet wide.
Yeah.
Like a mountain kind of thing where the train running all the way up and down. There's a couple of trains running and there's like little scenes all the way through. Little details are everywhere. Hidden Mickeys are all over it.
Yes.
Little Disney and like pinpoints are, and it's just so cool. And you just kind of watch it. I'm just like looking at different things, little people there and the trains going by and such. And it's really cool. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. Then you walk in the hall and there's a gingerbread lighthouse and you're like Yacht Club, you just did great. Good job, Yacht
magical.
Club.
It is.
Great job, Disney.
Very, very magical. All right. So number 3 on your list there. Kyla?
I will say Polynesian. Because I think walking into that lobby is always so like, that feeling. And then just to see this massive tropical themed tree, it's so different. And being like in a tropical atmosphere for Christmas anyway is just like so fun and festive and different than anything I am used to up here. So I love it. I love the decorations there. I think they do an amazing job with that tree's decorations.
Yeah.
Agreed.
That's a great one.
I don't remember much about the Polynesian at Christmas. I remember the tree, but I don't remember anything else in the Polynesian other than just, is there more to it than just the tree, or is it just kind of the tree?
I just remember the tree, but I feel like it's so massive and striking that that's like, they keep it simple. I don't remember swags or wreaths or anything like that, but the tree itself is just like,
it's really cool.
Yeah. I need swag. I need swag. All right, Jen, number 2 on your list.
All right. Number 2 on my list is the Wilderness Lodge, which David had as like 5. So
4.
Wilderness, 4. Wilderness Lodge is just stunning. I agree. I already love it, but like just the tree and the way it's like the quintessential Christmassy, like Hallmark Christmas, because you've got all the lumber basically. So if you think of like the Hallmark movies with like the lumberjack and the big city lawyer coming in.
I've never seen a single Hallmark Christmas movie.
I've seen like bits and pieces.
It's the tropes.
But I can see where you're going with that story.
The tropes are real and they're there for a reason. Where big city lawyer, Fran comes to the small hometown where she grew up, but she hasn't been there in 20 years. And she meets Trent, the guy who runs the Christmas tree farm. And he's having trouble because the school in town needs money for their Christmas pageant they do every year, but the funding's been cut by the mean mayor, and they don't like each other at all. They rub each other the
and they
wrong
hated
way,
each other in high school. They
and
hated
yet
each
they
other.
end up working together on this committee, and they fall in love. And so I just gave you the plot of about 92% of every Hallmark movie ever made. Either
Right, just switch out the occupation.
Pretty much.
Yes, basically.
Architect, accountant. If it's a guy, it's a stockbroker, and usually it's not.
Oh
girl
yeah.
stockbrokers, but, you know,
If the girl's a small town girl and the big town guy, then it's
something like that. So,
or a high powered lawyer, and
there's always some sort of small, like a school or a church or something in trouble, needing funding of some sort. They need a pageant, need to play. That probably won't happen, but maybe it will if we can. And whoever the small town person is, they work at the library or the Christmas tree farm or something. And either they just never left town, they just love this town so much, or I was in the big city once and I had to come back, and I've been here 10 years now, and I came back to find my roots. Maybe you'll find yours too. You know, it's Candace Cameron, Danica McKellar, Lacey Chabert now is the big one. She's kind of the star.
Candace Cameron, did several of them a few years back. So
there's about no joke, there's about 30 that come on every year. My wonderful wife watches every single one of them. She DVRs them all. In February, I'll come in and there'll be somebody at the Christmas tree farm on TV, and I'm like, "Are you finishing up?" She's like, "Yeah, this is my last one. I got through." Or whatever, and she can pinpoint. She can be like, "Oh yeah, he was on so and so," or that guy's in several of them, or that girl. It's amazing. It really is.
That's
it's a thing for a reason.
Yeah,
and so.
But it looks that magical in Wilderness Lodge. Let's just say it is so pretty. It's so pretty.
If you want a Hallmark movie on your Disney vacation, Wilderness Lodge is your place. That's where
also quasi producer Heather. That is her favorite. She is yelling right now while editing, saying, "It's the best one. You guys are wrong." Love you, Heather.
Well, speaking of Heather, my number 2 is Cabana Bay at Universal, and I'm just kidding, Heather. Just kidding. Just kidding.
I was like, what?
Now, I will say, when I went there a couple weeks ago, they were actually bringing the trees in, and they do have large trees, so it's fine. Cabana Bay is fine. No, whatever. The lobby is good. But my number 2 is Beach Club. I love just the again, like so many of these, the atmosphere. I can't pinpoint. I love the thing they have over here, the thing they have over there, or just overall. And I love the little setup they do now, where they kind of have a different scene from the Beach Club. They do in chocolate, like. Behind me is the Boardwalk Deli. This is what they did last year. And there's like Mickey and Minnie inside the window there. You can't see it over my shoulder. But the whole thing is it's like a chocolate setup. This year they did like a different scene there, kind of the same thing, gingerbread and chocolate. And it's not huge. You can't walk in it or anything, but it's a cool little diorama made of food. That's, I think they started a couple of years ago. This is not something that's been, going on forever. And of course they sell the cookies and the candies, and stuff like that. And it's just, it's cool. It's so cool. I love the whole Boardwalk area, the Yacht Beach Club, Boardwalk, whatever. If I had lots of disposable income, I would stay there a lot more than I get to stay there. So this is why we need people to book trips. So David Dollar can go back to Boardwalk. So let's keep it real. Kyla, number 2 on your list.
I agree with Jen for Wilderness Lodge. I love the lodge anyway. It was where we stayed during one of our most favoriteest family vacations, and it just smells so great walking in, and just the vibes. I love the national park thing. I love national parks. We did so many trips growing up to national parks, so it's very, again, nostalgic here. And the tree is just so massive and amazing, and the ornaments, looking around, I mean, you can't even see all of them because they just it goes up to the sky, but it's just so beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, Jen, I'm going to assume that your number 1 is All-Star Movies. I don't know if you want to talk about that as a whole, but I think you and I are going to have the same number 1. I'm not sure. I'm guessing Kyla's going to have the same number 1 as well, because it has not been mentioned in this conversation so far.
There's no possible way that we don't have the same number 1.
But my number 1 is the Grand Floridian. Actually, Jen's number 1 is the Grand Floridian. Kyla, I'm guessing that's also your number 1. Yes.
Okay, wait. Also, right, let's cue quasi-producer Heather again. She's like, Wilderness Lodge is the best. No, because
you guys are all wrong.
We love you, Heather.
Wilderness Lodge is the best, and that's where they have Tiffany playing. She's the best too. It's a whole thing. Debbie Gibson forever. So, Jen, give your spiel on Grand Floridian, because you're going to gush for a minute, and then I'll kind of jump in with my little spiel. But go ahead.
Grand Flow is just the best, period. So it wins.
That's her answer.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the right answer. It just wins everything because it's the best. So the gorgeous tall tree, with the swans and all the big beautiful ornaments, And then of course the gingerbread house, hello, behind me, they're selling gingerbread out of it, and it like smells amazing. And it's so like beautifully festive, and everything is perfection because it's the Grand Floridian and it's wonderful.
I think the Grand Floridian is somewhat, as a whole, overrated. If I go the entire year and don't walk into the Grand Floridian, I'm fine, except for late November through the end of the year. That is when it becomes the place to be, because you walk off that monorail or into that lobby or whatever, and as soon as you walk in, that smell hits you. Disney's smell-o-vision is working overtime. That gingerbread hits you, that chocolate hits you. You're like, I smell Christmas. And you walk over, especially from the monorail, as you walk over to that balcony and you look down at the lobby, there's this massive tree and for people who've never seen it, you don't really understand when I say life size. It's legitimately a life size. It's like a tiny house. I mean, it really is a house.
It is a house.
And it's a house. It's got wooden framework, but everything else on there with like, thousands of pounds of chocolate and sugar and flour and eggs and whatever. And like they build this entire thing, and people work inside this little house to sell you lots and lots of Disney goods, which we follow right along. And we're like, here's our money. Let me get a cake pop. Let me get an apple. Let me get some fudge. Let me get
a
some
shingle. You can get a gingerbread
shingle. Let me get a shingle.
Yeah.
I mean, everything. And so Stephanie, my lovely wife, comes home with this massive pile of goodies. She eats like 3 cookies here and 2 cookies there. And she was like, well, you can have the rest. And I'm like, oh my God. So all week I've been munching on cookies and popcorn, and just, it's ridiculous, right? It's a beautiful setup for Christmas. I feel like this is the OG. I don't know that other resorts were doing this much for Christmas until the Grand Floridian started doing it. And I feel like they've all kind of bumped their game up because of the Grand. I know it's all in Disney, but I feel like they're all trying to keep up with the Grand Flow. This is one of if you only visit one resort at Christmas, you have to go to the Grand Floridian.
Yeah, it's got to be the Grand Flow.
Fantastic. Kyla, what did we not say about the Grand Floridian? What is your take?
Yes. So my number one is Grand Floridian, mostly for the gingerbread house, because I just feel like where in the world is there a quite literally life-sized house that people fit into that is completely decorated head to toe with, like you said, 50,000 pounds of chocolate and tiny Santas on the porch. And oh my God, like look at all like the little tiny hidden Mickeys. There's like 25 hidden Mickeys every year. And it's just
look
like
at the little wreaths. Look at those little
wreaths. It's like the detail that goes into this is just worth going there. And you and I did go there. In fact, I was wearing this sweatshirt. I just realized that on our trip last month, like the first night we went to Grand Floridian specifically to see the gingerbread house. And it was late night. It was like midnight. And we're there gawking at this thing by ourselves, talking to the lovely construction worker.
I don't remember her name, but she was a cast member there, and she was kind of.
I don't remember.
I kept asking her
but
questions that she didn't know the answer to. I was like, "So what are they going to do with the lobby?" She was like, "I don't know. I'm just doing the ceilings." Oh, okay. Well, do you know when they're going to have the lobby finished? I don't know. I'm just doing the ceilings.
I just wanted to get some insider info. I'm like, what are you doing with the chandeliers? Where's the new rug?
And she's like, I work on the ceilings. And she's like, we're just here to clean. We're here to clean the ceilings. So I'm like, Kyla, this is not Josh's assistant we're talking to. It's fine. She was great. She was very lovely. And honestly, I feel like Kyla and I kind of made her night because we were all laughing together and having a great conversation for a few minutes. And I kind of feel, and she was trying to rip some areas off too while we were there, but she waited until we finished walking around getting pictures before she ripped it off.
We finished gawking. In fact, we were actually quoting DJ Khaled with her, remember? Because I was like, and another one, and another one.
Pointing to the ceiling, and another one, and another one. And I even asked her, I was like, would you mind if we went over the rope to get pictures close to you? No, I can't let you do that. But y'all can finish looking around outside the rope where I block it off before you actually have to leave the lobby itself. So that was nice. That was good. So,
super nice. I liked her. I will say that I think Boardwalk gets an honorable mention for me because I totally agree with you. In like that gingerbread house behind you, it was so adorable this year.
Right.
I agree.
And it's also I want to mention the Contemporary too. And I know this is, I guess, honorable mention for me. Contemporary is great, but they only have like one section that's Christmased off. The rest of it's just Contemporary, but their section is great. They have like they usually do like a Frozen display with chocolate and gingerbread. There's like Frozen Castle and whatever.
It's cool.
From the movie. It's really, really cool, but it's just like one section. I'm like, give me more with this. And I don't know. And Jen, both of you may know this. I feel as if the Grand Floridian probably has more floor space in their lobby than any other resort. I can't see where they would be able to put like a small house like that in Wilderness or Animal Kingdom Lodge
or Contemporary.
Taking up half the lobby.
No,
and so
agreed.
definitely not Contemporary, but But
yeah, I mean, I know they have to move out some chairs or whatever in the
but
Grand
you still
Flow,
got a big place to sit.
there's a lot of
If you imagine
space.
that at Animal Kingdom Lodge, you only got like 3 couches left. I mean, there's not enough room for that.
Yeah.
Because Wilderness has that little bridge with the river, when Animal Kingdom Lodge has that staircase that goes downstairs and everything. So Grand Floridian is really the only place they can do something like this and have this massive
to that
setup.
scale.
Because even at Beach Club, with the carousel, Beach Club with the carousel, it takes up like a third of the lobby.
It does.
It's a big section.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And
I think it's a lot bigger than people realize.
Yeah, definitely.
The contemporary just annoys me. Sorry.
The what?
The contemporary just annoys me. It doesn't go. Like, nothing goes. There's no like grandiose entrance.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it's very like,
it's the concourse. You have to go up to floor 4 because like the lobby itself is underwhelming. Like if you just like walk
completely.
It's in like, now I would say Bay Lake Tower's lobby is a lot better, because it's more of like an actual lobby.
See, Bay Lake Tower annoys me because I feel like that's what I see at Panama City Beach when I go there for spring break. There's a high rise, 15 floors of beachfront room. I mean, that's what it looks. That's what the outside looks like. The rooms look great, but the outside looks like that.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you're like, contemporary doesn't go with anything. I mean, that was one of the 4 original resorts Walt put in place.
I know, and it's just weird. I don't know. It's just weird to me. There's like no like, right. You have to go up there, and there's no like, I don't know, like the Grand or Poly or Wilderness. Like you have like nooks and crannies to go in, and I just feel like contemporary isn't like cozy like that. It's just very
it's not cozy. It's not.
I do feel like there's a lot of wasted space because you have one entire floor of nothing but convention halls, and even on busy days, you walk down there, there's like nobody there if there's no convention going on.
I mean, that said,
walking in this,
you can find
hallway,
seating there.
Yes,
can find
right. Go up to the convention floors, and you'll find tons of seating in the rooms.
And that is kind of cozy. Wherever. No, but like there's like little couches and benches because I've been to conventions there, and like they do have some cozy little spaces. So,
well, I think it would be remiss if we didn't mention. Of course, we talked about the resorts, and we've never been to Riviera. I think we all mentioned that. So we never.
I've never for Christmas. We need to do that.
I think all of the resorts we've kind of seen at least bits and pieces of, and and I invite you to look at all the different resorts too. Go resort hopping if you can. And Kyla will be excited about this. Disney Springs is also a destination you need to go to.
Yes, you do.
Disney for Christmas because they've got the Christmas tree stroll, where it used to be like a long line of trees, and now it's scattered all over, which I kind of like it better now because of COVID. They scattered all over the place, but you can get a little map. There's like 20 or 25 trees all throughout Disney Springs, which by the way is huge. And you just kind of go and get pictures, mark them off your list that I've seen this one, and they're themed to Beauty and the Beast. And there's like an annual pass holders tree. I don't even know what that means, but there's that. There's like one that's like Metro kind of a weird kind of funky shape, whatever New York style down at the end. And there's classic, and there's like a Disney Channel tree. There's trees themed to everything. And I would imagine they're just having so much fun sitting down with a pen and paper going, okay, we need themes for 5 more trees. What do you got? DuckTales. All right, write that down. Okay, what do we did? Hannah Montana.
That'd be
okay, that's consideration.
Fun.
Just creating the trees and the themes.
Yeah.
I just think that's really, really cool. It's a really
cool.
Good place to go. And if you don't have a Disney World ticket, you're like, I want to go to the area, but I don't want to go to the parks. First of all, why? But second of all, go to Disney Springs. I love Disney Springs. She'll clap for that. So
I love Disney Springs. Go see the trees.
Anything else Christmas-wise to add? If you don't go into the parks, you can still see whatever on property. Jen?
I mean, that's really the big thing, honestly, that I see. So I think we touch on the lobbies, Disney Springs. I mean, we've talked about the parks, of course, like,
right.
But if you're not going to the parks, like, I can't think of anything else we missed.
And I think you can get to the Hollywood Christmas tree and the Animal Kingdom Christmas tree without going into the parks. Whereas Epcot and Magic Kingdom, you have to go into the parks to see the tree. Is that correct? I don't know why you go to Animal Kingdom Lodge just to see the tree and leave, but
you mean to Animal Kingdom Park?
I'm sorry, park. Yeah, I don't know why you go to the park just to see the tree and then leave without going in.
No, the big tree. Oh, there might be a tree
outside the entrance. I just posted a story about it yesterday.
For Animal Kingdom in Hollywood, correct?
Yeah.
For Hollywood, I think it's outside the entrance, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's one
outside the entrance of both of those two parks. For Epcot and for Magic Kingdom, though, there's not a tree outside the entrance. You have to go into the parks to see the tree.
Correct. Unless you're on the monorail and you can see the Christmas tree from the monorail.
Oh, that's true.
if you're doing the loop. you can see it. Yeah.
Also see down into the construction of the community core building and whatever they're going to build and open and whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to your take, Jen, and whenever you get to Epcot and finally see the walls all down. Because I've actually heard people say they're confused by all the open space. They're like, they're so used to walking around a wall because that's what they've known for 3 years now. It's like, there's open. I just go straight ahead and straight into.
I mean, I've had more time now at this point, I still have more years of experience with the open space in the middle. Of course, it was a fountain, but more years of that than I have had of construction. So I'm hoping I'll just be able to default back to the old way.
I will say it was confusing when we went there last month and we were able to see Moana. I was like, wait, where am I coming out? Like, where am I right now? And you came out across from basically like the seas. The land, the seas, kind of like in that general vicinity. But that was weird, like walking past Spaceship Earth and being like, oh my God, we can walk past it, not around it.
Yes, that
was cool.
Huge.
Finally.
Huge.
Nice. I know Jen's going back at the end of the month. So Kyla, you're not going back until January. Is that correct for the farts?
The 31st.
Festival?
So the first weekend of February.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. So that's the weekend I'll be in Dolphin Island. But my next trip to Disney will be, of course, when we all go down for the half marathon, Run Disney half marathon, which, by the way, I'm saying dolphin, DAUPHIN, not dolphin, just for anybody not familiar.
I literally thought it was dolphin.
Dolphin. I know.
I thought you were doing.
It's dolphin, DAUPHIN, Dolphin Island. It's a beautiful place. It really is. I'm just like, you get to spend 3 days with a bunch of fifth graders. Yes. So that'll be fun.
We'll
talk about that more. Yeah, we'll get there. Anyway, so Jen, where can we find you on the big worldwide webs so people can follow you and stalk you on all your adventures?
Find me at Upon a Star Jen or my personal Instagram at Jen_Navani.
Perfect. Kyla, and where can we find you online?
You can find me at Kyla Melberg _travel agent at Upon a Star on Facebook and Disney Geek 27 on Instagram and Threads.
Perfect. Yes, on Threads. You're building your thread presence because women supporting women and all that. So everybody's following Kyla.
That's right.
Kyla, and I mention this every time, but I love Kyla's account. It's constantly full of Disney and travel, and there's never a blank space on Kyla's page.
Yeah.
And so if you're looking for magic on your feed, follow Kyla. We all just try to keep up, honestly. Jen's like, I'm too busy to post. I'll post whenever. Kyla's like 4 times a day. Disney, travel. And it's awesome. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, I only posted twice yesterday and like 14 stories. I am way behind. And so I'm just trying to keep up. Find me, of course, on the aforementioned Instagram at the Magic on $1. Find me on Facebook and at Magic on $1 and Disney on $1. And of course, find us at Upon a Star Travel on all the places and the MSE podcast on all the places. Kyla, thank you for joining us in this little chat about it's really like we took our regular conversation from the day and just stuck it behind a microphone. It's kind of the same thing.
Accurate.
Less margaritas, I guess. And so
kept it on topic.
You don't know what I have in my cup. Just kidding, it's water. It's 2:00 in the afternoon. Not Disney.
It's 5:00 somewhere. For Jen, for Kyla, I'm Dave. Thank you guys so much for listening and downloading and subscribing. It's been a great 2023 heading into 2024. And don't forget to thank those Phoenicians.
Thank you for listening to the Main Street Electrical Podcast. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at the MSE Podcast, or visit our website at themsepodcast.com. Be sure to subscribe, and may all your wishes come true.